Good day, friends. Shubhadinam Hari Om. So, I shall continue the power of yoga, part 3 in Hinduism. So, we saw this the ashtanga. The first part I explained, that is a yama, the moral code of conduct. And then you have what is known as the niyama, in which we saw it is a Niyama is more or less a physical code of conduct combined with morality also. So, in Niyama we saw Saucham, Tapas, Santosham, Swa Adhyaya and Ishvara Pranidhana. Now, I am going to explain today. Swacham means what? Cleanliness, purity. Now, purity of body also Patanjali advocates, and purity of mind also. And purity of your character. Now, if you take purity of your mind, see, Patanjali, like Panini and Vararuchi, they all cull out from the Vedas. See, in Rig Veda, book number 1, chapter number 89, and verse number 1, it says, Ano Badra Kritavo Yantu Vishwataha. That's a very famous line which we get everywhere. The first book itself in Rig Veda. Nah Ano Badra Kritavo Yantu Vishwataha. Means whole, totally, everything. See, Dinam we say whole day. So, Naha, it comes Naha. No means like Ramo Jayati will be Ramaha Jayati in Visarga Sandhi. So, Naha means to us. It's a Dvitiya Vibhakti, Asmat Shabdaha, Aham Avam Vayam, Mam Ma or Avam Now or Asman Naha. So, to us, Ano Badra, what is Badra? Purity. Badram Karnebhi, Shrunuyama Devaha, Badram Pashyema, Akshibhi. So, Badram Karnebhi, by the ears. Karnebhi, by the ears. Badram. Let me hear the purity. Badram Pashyema. Akshibhir by the eyes. Sthirair Anghair, everything I want to affirm. With Sthirair Anghair I have to worship. So the Badram is always a very famous word in Sanskrita, in Vedic language. Badra means purity. So that's what in Rig Veda also it says. So Badra, you should have purity of mind also, he says, Patanjali. So Saucha means, first of all, you should keep your body clean, your mind clean, your actions also to be clean. Everything should be clean, pure. That's what. So that's Saucham is a very big word Patanjali uses. Then Patanjali says Santosha. Always be happy with whatever you have. Be contented. Sarvam Paryaptameva Sarvam Asti. Sarvani Santi. Everything is there for me. So you should have that happiness, the satisfaction, the contentment. Otherwise, there is no end. It becomes an infinitely going process. So satisfaction, the santosha, anything if you stand on the field of santosha, without thinking of sufferings, sorrow, if you stand on the field of santosha, you will achieve everything. See, there is a connectivity and you will be going on the right track. Suppose you want to go to Delhi, you cannot go to Kanyakumari track. You have to take the right track towards north, that station. Here and there you may crisscross, you may go to Bombay and go to Delhi, or Calcutta and go to Delhi. That's a different thing. But if you are very straight, you will go straight to via Bhopal and Itihasi or whatever it is. You go straight to Itarsi, I think. Itarsi and all, you go straight to Delhi by train. Is it not? So, everything you have to stand on Santosha. Be happy. That is what Hindu faith says. Don't think of suffering. Don't think the other man is suffering, so he has suffered for us or he suffered for us. You will enter into a field of negativity. That is not what we are for. We are all Aham Brahmasmi. What did the famous Jesuit priest T.L. Hart said? We are all spiritual beings having human experience. We are not human beings wanting spiritual experience. Please Google and see. T.L. Hart, T-I-E-L-H-A-R-D, French Jesuit priest. He himself admits. So we are all spiritual beings. Aham Brahmasmi. Asavadityo Brahma, Brahmaiva, Ahamasmi. What you argue as Brahma, that Brahmaiva, I am that Eva, only I am that Brahma. I am also that Brahma. It's Artha. So that's why Patanjali says santosha, be contented, be happy. And then if you plan for anything else, on that field if you stand, on the field of cultivated land if you stand of happiness, you will only go to the direction of happiness. Otherwise, the energies are so, the gravity is one of the four fundamental forces of universe, standard model. It's accepted model in physics. Electromagnetic model, the gravitational force, the electromagnetic force, the weak nuclear force and the strong nuclear force. So if you are pulled into gravity of negativity, you will go in that direction only. You can be pulled also. So that is thinking all these only, they say santosha, otherwise they did not say. See, they are talking about 3000 years back roughly, and with their experience earned 4,000 years prior to their 3,000 years. So they have all gathered these experiences, these wise rishis. So santosha, then tapas he says. Tapas again means, it can mean lot of things, but it can also mean meditation, but you have to sit in a calm place and meditate upon the Almighty. Tapas. Tapas means it gives you austerity and purity in all fields of action. Tapas in charity, tapas in even you're earning in wealth, justifiably for a sufficient amount. Studies, tapas in studies means concentration. I would put for tapas, what Patanjali means is concentration. If you concentrate, you get what you want. It is very clear. So concentration is very important, because without concentration, as in Chandogya Upanishad, Varshati Yavat Varshayati, if you think it is rain, it's going to rain, it will rain, they are saying. Think deeply on that, because atoms, I told you in my earlier lectures, are interconnected. They behave in the same way. My atom, even cultured 30 miles apart, has the same electroencephalogram, EEG. They have the same electric currents. They are all connected. Therefore, tapas is one of the niyama. Then he says swa adhyaya. Now swa adhyaya, swadhyaya pravachanabhyam na pramadidavyam. Vedas say. Patanjali must have culled out from the Veda. Swadhyaya means swa plus adhyaya. A plus a becomes a in the sandhis and all in Sanskrita. What is that swa adhyaya? Introspection on the self, self-learning. In Vedic language, you are a learned man only if you meditate and know about your Atma, know who you are, not your physics and chemistry and sciences. That knowledge is different. In Vedic knowledge, is you have to know your Atma, yourself. So, Swa Adhyaya. So, Swa Adhyaya is one of the very important aspect in Patanjali's Yoga Shastra. It's a Niyama. Swa Adhyaya. I will give you explanations when we come to Dharana and Dhyana and all. I'll give you a lot of explanation from physics to prove. Then what we have is Ishvara Pranidhanam. You have to be assiduous, persistent in Ishvara respect, Ishvara puja. Deva pitru karyabhyam na pramadidavyam. Na pramadidavyam. Do not ignore. Pramadidavya means to be ignored. No, not to be ignored. Deva pitru karya, all these deva karyas, pitru karyas, all have to be respected. Because they are all energies at different levels, swinging around you. They may be able to see you, but you may not be able to see them, because your 5 pancha indriyas are limited. Simple common sense. See, they go to Mars. They have, the rovers are already in Mars, and they take photos, not a speck of a human life, a man walking here and there. But life in some other format will be there. We don't know, which we cannot track or see with our pancha indriyas, which is only fit enough to for this world, for this earth. The earth or the 7 continents or the 5 seas, whatever it is, the atmosphere, it is only fit enough because we are being groomed in that way. But if you take ourselves out and put in Mars or put in Jupiter, it's a completely a different thing. Though Mars is more or less like Earth. There the life in the human walking and all may not be there, but some other form, in a gas form it may be there, in a liquid form it may be there, in a solid form it may be there. We don't know, but we cannot see them talking, we cannot, because that is completely a different frequency. Therefore, what I am saying is, Deva Pitra, all these Devas and Pitris and the Paramatmas and all, you have to have attachment. That is what he says. You have to have persistence in believing them. See, Vedas ask you to believe in God, the Almighty, the All-Powerful, the Paramatma. You have to do the Deva Karya, Pitru Karyas and all regularly so that you can have some benefit. You will have the benefit out of them. Just like you have a benefit out of your doctor or out of your mathematics teacher or your physics teacher, is it not? Even out of your neighbor who may help you in times of some need. Everybody is required in a society. Every help is required in a society. An elephant may be required to pull some log of wood. They are using elephants. A horse is definitely required for traveling. Therefore, you have to worship Devas, the Pitris, the God, the Paramatma, that Ishvara Pranidhanam, the persistence in Ishvara. That means persistence in worshipping Ishvara is very important. So these are all the 5 enumerative points under Niyama of Patanjali's Yoga Shastra. So once again, Saucham, cleanliness, Santosha, happiness, Tapas, contemplation, meditation, Swa Adhyaya, reflection, introspection on your own self, where God lives within you. The Paramatma has to be there in a dust or in a pillar or in an atom. He is there. Anoho, Aniyan, Mahati, Mahiyan, says Yamadharmaraja in Gathopanishad to Nachiketa. Smaller atom of an atom and bigger than the infinite. That's what he explains about the Paramatma. And then the final is Ishvara Pranidhana. Hinduism does not negate the Almighty God. Everywhere they say worship the Almighty. Adi Shankara, though he is an Advaita philosopher, he says that state has intelligence. That's where he differs from Buddha. Buddha simply stops there saying there is a state of unborn, uncreated and unmanifested. But Adi Shankara goes slight step above that and says that state has intelligence. So with this, the Niyama portion is complete, and tomorrow we shall see the asana, different asanas of yogas, and then we will continue till the completion of the 8 Ashta Angas, that is 8 limbs, Ashtanga, Patanjali's Yoga Shastra. Till such time, Bhuyat, Tavat, Shubhamangalam. Thank you.